I am Mohammad Hassan with my group mates Filza Akhlaq and Mohammad Afzal Kambo.
Hello everyone, my name is Filza Akhlaq and I am student of Sukkur IBA University 3rd semester Computer Science, and we have made our final project for the course of Data Structures instructed by Sir Saif Hassan. So in this project we have made an encoder and decoder using Huffman algorithm that basically uses Huffman trees on the backend. So I am going to show you how will you run the whole code on your computer and how will you get to the execution. So first of all, what you will need is the zip file that will be uploaded on the LMS, and when you will extract the file, you will get this folder. You will get this folder called final, and when you will open it, you will find all these files inside it. Now the jphoenix file and this java SDK directory, these are the two directories that you will need to import in your code later on. I will show you that in order to run the program. Now first thing that you need to do is import this whole project into an IDE. I have already done that. As you can see here. This is my whole project that has been imported in the IntelliJ IDE. Now when you will open this, you will find it like this. Now first thing that you need to do is go into the project structure and uh, uh, click on this add sign and then select Java, and then go and add the path of the Java SDK. For in my case, I have it in my documents. Here's my SDK. Open the libraries, and what you need to do, you need to select all these jar files and select OK and import all of them in your project. I have already done that, so I'm not going to do that again. After that, what you need to do is select this sign again, go to Java, and then the Phoenix file, wherever it is in your, we have given you inside the zip folder all the files that you need to import, so you don't need to install any additional thing. Now once you will just simply come to the source, Huffman encoder, dummy main, and you will just simply run this file. When you will run this, you will get this interface, and what this interface does and what the coding is behind it will be explained to you by my other two group members. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, it's me, Mohammad Afzal. Now let's see our program. When we run our program, this window is here in front of us. Through this window, we can select a file from directory where we want to select and how many we want to select. I selected a linked file, and when we press encode button, it generates a folder of in directory of encoded data. Let's see. Encoded, and also this kind of message will appear in front of us. Uh, just show us that our data is finally successfully encoded. Now see how our data is looks like in file. This type of data is encoded stored in our file.
Every encoded file will have its key to decode those files. Like you can see, this file will contain its key to decode it. This is the key to decode it. In the same manner, this file will also have its key to decode it. Now what I'm going to show you how to decode this file. You can decode in the same way by clicking on the decode button. Like you can see, I'm going to select the encoded file. This decoded button will also do the same. It will create a new folder in the same directory, and it will save all those in decoded file. Like you can see that here is the decoded file, and you can see that this is the data I have decoded from this encoded file. If I show you the original file, you may see here the original file. Like these both are exactly same file. Now I'm going to show you how the code behind this project is working. Like if you click on this encode button, it will call this method, and in this method encode file method will return true if the file has been encoded successfully. In this encode file method, I'm going to get the frequency of the character, like how many time any character has been occurred, like A has been occurred 2 times in the file, or 3 or 4 times, and it is returning the hash map, and that hash map is used to get the Huffman node. And in this method I'm going to create a queue, and in that queue is based on the minimum heap in which the top element will always contain the least priority. And using that minimum heap or the queue, I'm going to create a Huffman tree, and in that tree I'm going to remove a first node from a queue which will contain the least value or the key, and similarly I'm going to remove the second element which will also have the least value. And now I'm going to create a node with the sum of the values or the priority of the first node and the second node, and in this new node I'm going to assign the left children as the first node and the right children as the second node. And now I'm going to insert this new node into the queue again, and again this process will be called, and this process will be calling again and again until the queue will contain only the one node, and that one node will be removed in this method, and it will return a node, and that node will be a root node, and that root node will be passed into the get hash map, and that get codes for every character. And this method will return, or this method will assign this hash map or code in zeros and one to every character, to every character of the files. Like you see in this code, this method, these lines of code has been used to assign the code in zeros and one. Let me show you how the tree or how the coding processing is working here. Like if you see if the node if the value is the right in the right tree, so it will assign a 0, and like see it will assign the code as the path of the character. Like you see, the path of A to the root node is the 0, so the value of the A will be 0, and the path of C to the root node is the 0 0 1 1, so the code of the C will be 0 0 1 1. Similarly, the code of D will be 1 0 1 1. This is how the every character is going to be assigned a single or unique code. So this is the logic behind to encode the file. Now I'm going to show you how to decode a file, how this decode button is working. So when you click on this button, you will be calling this method, and in this method decode file method is calling and called, and it is returning true if the file has been decoded successfully, else it will return false. And in this method, firstly what I'm going to do, I'm going to decode a key from a file. A key, every file will have a unique key in order to decode that file. Like you can see that this file has key to decode this whole data, and this key will be used to create a root node of Huffman tree, and that root node will be used to create this hash map. Like you can see that here I am getting the root node, that is the decoded node, and using that decoded node I am creating here get hash map for to read the data. I'm calling this method to create this decode map, this hash map. Like this in this function I'm assigning the values to the keys. Like any character has the key will be having a key like 110001. Every character will be having the key. So in the same manner I'm going to create the so in this way I'm creating this hash map, and then after this I'm going to read the codes word by word, like this code word by word, this code word by word. You can see every code will have its unique value, and what I'm going to do then, I'm going to get value of that code. So in this way I'm getting the value of that code, and I'm going to write those value into a file. So this is how the decoding method of our project is working.